12 times more vitamin C than oranges, all 4 omegas, documented for over 1,200 years, so why can't you buy it? There is a plant growing quietly on the edges of old homesteads, riverbanks, and forgotten hedgerows that, honestly, just shatters what we think we know about superfoods. It contains up to 12 times more vitamin C than oranges, delivers all 4 omegas, 3, 6, 7, and 9, and has been documented in traditional medicine for over 1,200 years, and yet you almost never see it in grocery stores. On Rootshaven Grounds, we talk a lot about forgotten abundance. This plant is the perfect example. It's tough, productive, perennial, medicinal, and really, shockingly nutritious. Once you understand what it is and how it grows, the bigger question becomes this: why are we not growing it everywhere? Let's dig into the truth behind one of the most overlooked plants on Earth and why it, honestly, belongs in every serious home garden. You know, long before nutrition labels and supplement aisles existed, ancient cultures already knew the power of this plant. Records from Central Asia, China, and parts of Europe show it being used as food and medicine as far back as the 9th century. Warriors carried it for stamina, healers used it for immune strength, and farmers valued it for its ability to thrive where other crops failed. What modern science later confirmed is what traditional growers already knew. This plant, sea buckthorn, is not just nutritious, it is nutritionally dense in a way very few plants are. Unlike trendy superfoods that rely on one standout compound, sea buckthorn delivers a full spectrum. The berries, seeds, and even the leaves contain beneficial compounds, making it one of the most complete edible plants ever studied. The vitamin C bomb no one talks about. Oranges get all the credit, but honestly, sea buckthorn makes them look weak by comparison. Depending on the variety and growing conditions, sea buckthorn berries contain anywhere from 400 to over 1,500 milligrams of vitamin C per 100 grams. Oranges, by comparison, average around 50 milligrams. This isn't just a small difference, it is an entirely different category. What makes this vitamin C even more powerful is how it's packaged. In sea buckthorn, vitamin C is bound with flavonoids and antioxidants that help stabilize it and improve absorption. That means it does not degrade as quickly, and yeah, it works more effectively in the body. From an immune support standpoint alone, this plant should be front and center in every food system conversation. But honestly, vitamin C is only the beginning. The rare plant with all 4 omegas, most foods offer 1 or 2 fatty acids at best. Sea buckthorn is one of the very few plants on Earth that contains all 4 essential omegas. Omega-3 supports brain and heart health, omega-6 plays a role in cell function, omega-9 supports metabolic health, and omega-7, the rare one, is known for supporting skin, mucosal tissue, and cellular regeneration. Omega-7 is so rare that it's often sold as an expensive isolated supplement. Sea buckthorn provides it naturally, balanced with the other omegas, just the way nature intended. This is actually one of the reasons why sea buckthorn oil is used in traditional medicine, skincare, and gut healing protocols all around the world. If it's that powerful, why can't you buy it? Well, this is the part that really matters. Sea buckthorn just doesn't fit into industrial agriculture easily. The berries are soft, delicate, and tightly attached to thorny branches. They don't ship well, don't store long, and they honestly don't survive rough mechanical harvesting without damage. So, in other words, it doesn't really scale neatly for supermarket shelves. But here's the thing, what industrial systems might see as a weakness, home growers should actually see as a gift. Sea buckthorn thrives in poor soils, fixes nitrogen just like a legume, tolerates drought, cold, wind, and even neglect, and still produces heavily once it's established. It's just not profitable for those big monoculture operations, but it's absolutely perfect for backyard growers, food forests, and resilient homesteads. a soil builder disguised as a fruit crop. On Rootshaven Grounds, soil always comes first, and this is exactly where sea buckthorn quietly shines. Sea buckthorn forms a symbiotic relationship with soil bacteria that allows it to fix atmospheric nitrogen. So, what that really means is it actively improves soil fertility rather than depleting it. Planted on degraded land, it helps restore soil structure, organic matter, and microbial life over time. This makes it an incredible pioneer plant. You can use it to stabilize slopes, reclaim poor ground, and prepare areas for more sensitive crops later on. You are not just planting a berry, you are planting long-term soil health. Growing it is easier than you think. Despite its exotic reputation, sea buckthorn is surprisingly low maintenance once established. It prefers full sun and well-drained soil, but it tolerates a wide range of conditions. It's hardy, disease-resistant, and largely pest-free. One important detail is that sea buckthorn is dioecious, meaning you need both male and female plants to get berries. One male can pollinate several females, so, space planning really matters. Once mature, the plants can produce for decades. This is not an annual commitment, this is a legacy planting. Harvesting. Without the headache. Harvesting is often cited as the biggest challenge, but there are simple solutions. Many growers prune berry-laden branches and freeze them. Once frozen, the berries shake off easily without damage. This method turns a difficult harvest into a manageable seasonal task and fits beautifully into a home-scale system. From there, the berries can be juiced, dried, frozen, fermented, or turned into oils, syrups, and preserves. Sea buckthorn represents everything that resilient gardening stands for. It's nutrient-dense, medicinal, soil-building, climate-tough, and honestly, it's still pretty underutilized. It doesn't require chemical inputs or constant attention. Instead, it rewards patience and works with nature instead of against it. In a world that's, increasingly dependent on imported supplements and fragile food chains, this plant offers something kind of radical: local nutrition, long-term abundance, independence. This is not about trends, this is about reclaiming what works. The bigger picture is, plants like sea buckthorn were never meant to be mass-produced commodities. They were meant to live in landscapes, support ecosystems, and feed communities directly. And honestly, the fact that you can't easily buy it is not a flaw. It's actually a sign that it belongs back in the hands of growers, not corporations. When you plant something like this, you are stepping out of the consumer role and into stewardship. You are growing medicine, food, and soil health all at once. That is powerful. Final thoughts from Rootshaven Grounds. If you are serious about building a resilient garden, a food forest, or a long-term homestead system, sea buckthorn deserves your attention, not because it's trendy, but because it works. It has worked for over 1,000 years, and it will keep working long after trends fade. If this article helped you see gardening and nutrition in a new way, make sure you subscribe to Rootshaven Grounds, share this with someone who loves growing their own food, and keep planting plants that actually matter. Real abundance starts in the soil, and sometimes the most powerful crops are the ones you can't buy at the store.